Hey everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a video than I have done in the past. I'm going to be doing a full face first impression and review of a single brand. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be doing actually a couple of videos in one. First of all, we are going to be trying the Joah brand from CVS. This is carried at CVS. It's inspired by K-Beauty. I've got a whole table of products from them here in front of me. You will have already seen my full day wear test of this foundation, which is the Truly Yours Natural Finish Foundation Drop. So I won't actually be putting this on during this video. I will link the full day wear test of this foundation down in the description bar below. So if you're interested in my full day wear test of that, go check that out. But I am going to be putting on everything else in this video as my first impression. But stay tuned to the end. I'm actually filming this part of the video today, obviously. But I'm going to be adding on to the end of this video additional details at least 2 weeks from now. I'm going to be trying these products out for the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to film a follow-up that I'm going to be adding to the end of this video that tells you what my thoughts are after trying the products for a little bit. Because I know some people really prefer to see a full review of products after being tried for a couple weeks, and some people prefer to see like a first impressions video. So I'm kind of doing both of those in one today. So I will put a timestamp up here somewhere that says when my follow-up starts in this video, so you can skip ahead to that if you don't prefer first impressions. If you like first impressions, please stay tuned and we'll get into that right now. So I did pick up the primer. This is the Selfie Ready Pore Minimizing Primer. They actually have quite a few primers, at least at the CVS in my town. There was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, 6 different primers. There was a lot. There was a moisturizing primer, a mattifying primer, a whole bunch. This one, I've decided to pick up the pore minimizing one because I don't have a whole lot of pore minimizing primers. My other option that I was going to pick up was the moisturizing one, but I decided to go ahead and go with the pore minimizing. So I've got a lot of this little plastic. I've already torn a couple of them off, like the liners, because I hate trying to take plastic off liners. I also took it off of the foundation because I'm getting ready to do that, but we're going to go ahead and put this on first. I did spray my face down with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist first, just to get some hydration in my skin as well. So, all right, let's go ahead in with this primer. This is, again, it's supposed to be a pore minimizing primer. It's actually feeling very, very liquidy, very lightweight, so I'm not sure how this is going to work to pores, but I'm going to put a lot of it down here on my chin, which is a problem area. I may go back in with some more here depending on how this looks. It definitely doesn't feel the same as like the Smashbox primer, the silicone primer from Smashbox. It doesn't feel the same as the primer from the Professional either, Benefit Professional either. This just feels more like a cream, but I will say that it's definitely minimizing my pores, but it's not really filling them, if that makes sense. So like when I put the Professional on from Benefit, like my pores disappear. Like my nose is smooth as a baby's bottom. You know what I mean? This one, it's doing a lot to like minimize them, but they're still there. So it's not a bad primer. It actually feels a lot more lightweight than like the Professional. The Professional, when I put that on, I know that I have that primer on. You know what I mean? If you've ever used it, you probably understand what I'm trying to say. But this is just kind of, I don't know. It's more cream-like. So it is kind of just like smoothing them slightly. It is minimizing them. So I will say that. It says that it's pore minimizing. It is definitely minimizing my pores, but I don't feel like it's making them disappear, if that makes sense. So, all right, I'm going to take a pause here and I'm going to put on my foundation and I will see you as soon as that's on. All right, y'all, I have the foundation on and it's looking pretty good so far. So if you want to see the full day wear test, again, I will link it below. So you can go back and see what my thoughts are at the end of the day. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. All right, so let's keep moving on with the rest of my face. I am going to put some concealer on today before I powder. This foundation definitely needs powder though. So I got the Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. They had two different concealers. They had a full coverage concealer and then this dark circle concealer. I went with this one because I find that full coverage concealers have a tendency to make my under eyes look a lot drier. So this is in the shade Porcelain. It, I believe, is one that you twist. You can't even, like, I can't see any of the product in there, so I keep, it doesn't turn the other way, so we'll keep going. Oh, I can actually see it going up on the inside here, so that's promising. Oh, there it goes. It's coming out of the center, and I'm just going to dot this on my under eyes like that. Let me put a little bit more up here. And one of my biggest problems with the concealers that have like the sponges at the top is that, number one, they always get so messy. And number two, you can never really control how much you're getting out. So I feel like, and this is just my feelings, but I feel like I end up wasting a lot of product that way. All right, that blended amazingly well. And it looks really good. It looks really good on my under eyes. Okay, we're going to powder it real quick. I've got this Joah Selfie Ready Setting Powder in Translucent. I think they had a couple of shades as well, but I just picked up the translucent one. Okay, that's pretty nice. It actually does have, well, it has the sticker on it, which is pretty standard, but we'll get that out of there. But then it does have like, oh no, it doesn't. I thought maybe it twisted, but it doesn't. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get this out. It comes out pretty easily. I'm just going to go ahead and use my damp sponge to put this on my under eyes, and then I'm going to use a brush to apply to the rest of my face. Okay. I feel like I'm wiping the foundation off of my nose with my sponge, which is not a good thing. All right, I'm going to use my powder brush to get the rest of this powdered. I definitely need to powder it, and you can see it flying everywhere. Definitely need to powder it because it is transferring. So, oh, you know what? I should put a little bit of this on my blemish areas. On my chin there. Look at that. Just pat it in. I'm not sure how well that's going to cover because, let's be honest, those blemishes on my chin are pretty bad right now. Okay. I think, or at least this is looking like it's really giving me a white cast, the powder is. So I don't know that this would be the best powder if you're going to be taking pictures. That's not looking real great. It's not the powder, but like the foundation with the powder is reacting weird. It's almost like it's pulling my foundation up. That's really, really weird. Can you see that? Hold on, I'm gonna zoom you in. Hold on one second. Can you guys see here along my forehead and on my nose? It looks like it's actually like pulling the foundation up, like right there on my nose. It looks like it pulled the foundation up. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave you zoomed in. All right. I might have to refilm my foundation review because this powder is doing some weird thing. I think it's the powder. Maybe it's just the foundation. I don't know. I will let you know later. Okay, let's see. What else do I got here? I have this Be My Everything palette. This is the powder contour palette. So they have a lot of products, you guys. This is like a newer brand and they've got a lot of products and they have like shade ranges. So this is in light. They also had one for darker skin tones. I don't know that it's dark as much as medium. So, all right, let's see what's in here. There is a brush in here, which is interesting. And then there's 3 shades. This is supposed to be a highlighter, a bronzer, and a contour. And I will tell you right now that even for my skin tone, that bronzer would not work. I'm going to show you how light this is. Like, can you see? This is supposed to be the bronzer. This is a contour and a highlight. I mean, it does say it on there, but I don't know that bronzer, that's not a bronzer. And I'm not going to use this brush right now. I will use it probably later, but not right now. So I'm going to get my bronzer brush or my contour brush, which is this one right here. I'm going to dip into the contour shade, which looks like it should work for me, but it picked up a lot of powder. So I'm going to just tap that off a little bit. Let's see what this looks like. Huh. Okay, that is very orange. It looks almost like a blush, more like a peachy blush, more than a contour. You guys see that? Okay, I'm not gonna, well, let's go this way. I got a highlighting palette. Again, this was in the light. They had a light and a dark. And I got the light, obviously. Actually, I think, like I said, I think it's light and medium. So they did have like a bronzer blush palette thing. I'm gonna put a picture right in here. I did not pick that up because I'll be honest, it didn't seem like it had really much blush in it at all. So I figured out I'll just skip the blush, which with this being so orange, like peachy orange, I'm actually pretty happy that I did not get a blush because that looks more like a blush. Okay, so it does have 3 highlighting shades in here. It is Diamond Dust, Iridescent, and Glam. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these for you guys. And I'll go ahead and swatch the highlighter from the contour palette as well. All right, I'm not sure that those are gonna show up for you. There it goes. Looks like I'm able to get it on the screen there. But this is the Diamond Dust, Iridescent. This one is the Glam. And then this one here on my knuckles that you can barely see is the highlight color that is in the contour palette. Yeah, there's not a lot of payoff there. All right, I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna go in with the iridescent shade, I think, which is this shade right here in the middle. It's got like a pinky tone to it. A lot of that picked up, like a lot. Okay. But see, I'm not getting a whole lot of payoff. There we go. Okay, I didn't tap the brush off the second time. So I'm getting a little bit more there. It's definitely picking up on my texture. All right, so this just gives you more of a sheen than like a blinding highlight. And I don't really feel like I want to go in with the lighter shade. That bronzer is bothering me though. The contour is bothering me. It's the contour, even though it's more of a bronzy shade than a contour shade. Yeah. I would try, I'm definitely interested in trying the more of the highlighting palette. This contour I'm not liking at all. I will continue to try it. So stay tuned to the end of this video, like I said. All right, I did get an eyeshadow palette. I did not get an eyeshadow primer, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go in with this palette. This is the Birthday Suit palette in the shade Bear. It says Bear down here. My CVS had 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'm not sure. This one had more reds and the other ones were kind of just like a whole bunch of shades of cream. So that's why I went with this one. So let's see what we got here. Okay. This is what this palette looks like. These are more my shades, definitely like shades that I wear. So this is a good palette for me, at least, as long as they work. It looks like there's not a whole lot of mattes. It looks like Bubbly might be a matte. So there's 6 shades in here. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them. They feel nice. All right, so there's the 6 shades. These 4, and then there are 2 up at the top there. The cream shade is here. But they swatch not too bad. They don't swatch too bad. They're a little bit powdery, but not too bad. All right, we're gonna go ahead in with these shadows. I'm gonna first go in with the Bubbly shade here, which is a cream. It feels like a matte. I think it's a matte. So let's go in with this first. No mirror in here. I know a lot of people really prefer to have a mirror in their palettes. I don't really mind because I always use my mirror that I have here on my table. So that's not a big deal for me. All right, I'm gonna go into Birkin, which is the brown shade, and I'm gonna put that in my crease. See how this works in my crease. Okay. It is a little bit patchy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the more I blend it, the less patchy it's looking. So it's not looking too horrible. It's just slightly patchy, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I think that blends in pretty well. All right, that shade's not too bad. You have to blend it. It's not just gonna go on like super smooth at first, but it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, I'm gonna go in with the shade, I don't know. I'm gonna go in the shade Night Out with my eye shading brush, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer portion of my eye to deepen up the outer portion, and then I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade on the inner portion. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's looking very much like the other brown shade. It's not giving me a whole lot of red. Seeing if I can build this up a little bit. It appears that it is buildable. So that's not too bad. You, of course, can see the veins in my eyelids, which I should have put an eyeshadow primer on, but I didn't, so that's fine. All right, that shade's not bad. I'm gonna go in with Baby Doll here in this shade, and I'm gonna color switch my brush, and I'm gonna use Baby Doll on the inner portion of my eye. All right, not horrible. Again, not the best, but not horrible. I'm going to go in with my pencil brush and the shade Night Out, which is the red, and I'm going to put that along my lower lash line. All right, I'm going to go in with my pointed crease brush into the Birkin shade, the brown, and concentrate that on the outer V of my eye to darken the outer portion up a little bit. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm going to go in my pencil brush into the brown shade and darken up my lower lash line as well. All right. Not the worst eyeshadow palette I've ever used. Not the best, but not the worst either. So I can definitely use this again. Definitely get more usage out of this palette. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, I have an eyeliner here. This is a liquid eyeliner. This is the I'm So Fly liner. It's a brush tip. They had a lot of liners too, like a lot of liners. I have another one. They had like 3 or 4 different liquid liners. It was a lot. This is a brush tip eyeliner in the shade Black. So that's what it looks like. It's very, very thin brush tip, which is nice. So I'm gonna try to give myself a liner. I'll be right back. All right, that actually went on really nice and smooth on my lashes. That actually looks really nice. I really, that's actually really good. I'm impressed. Okay, The other eyeliner that I got, sorry, my dogs are growling in the corner. There's someone on our street. So I'm using this Auto eyeliner again in black. No, I'm sorry. This is black brown. I decided to get black brown. They did have a black, then they had like a darkest black, and then they had a black brown. I went with the black brown shade, and I'm gonna put this on my waterline. All right, that went on actually pretty easily, and my eyes aren't burning, so that's a bonus too. That is pretty nice. Again, I will update you on my thoughts on that later on. I'm using the mascara. They had a whole bunch of mascaras too. They had like 4 or 5 different mascaras. I had to look through them, and I decided to go with this one. This is the Ultra Volume Mascara because that's what I really look like. That's what I really look for in a mascara is volume. I do have pretty good length on my natural lashes, so I do look for volume. They had one that was like volumizing and lengthening. They had some lengthening ones. They had a regular volumizing one, and then they had like this Ultra Volume. So I went with the Ultra Volume. The packaging is really pretty on this. All right, so that mascara was not super volumizing, at least in my opinion. It does an okay job. I have other drugstore mascaras that I definitely like better. I will keep trying it. I did have to dip in twice, which I normally don't have to do when I put mascara on, but I did have to dip in twice because I felt like the brush was lacking product. So I think it looks nice on my lower lashes though. I think it looks nice on my lower lashes. Okay. They actually have, I think, 4 different types of lipsticks. I think. I went with this one. This is the I'm Your Jelly Bay Matte Gel Lipstick. And I got it in the shade Beau, which is red, I'm assuming. And then I got the Auto Liner in red as well. So we're going to go ahead and put the liner on first. And then I'm going to go in with the lipstick. All right, that went on super smooth and creamy. It actually got a little bit away from me in the corner here. It's not bad. It's not as red as I would expect based on the packaging color, but it's not bad. All right, let's go ahead into the lipstick. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. Okay, it looks really red. We'll see what it looks like on the lips. This smells like perfume. It smells a lot like perfume. This is like the only product that I have tried that has like a super scent to it. That's weird that the lipstick would have a perfume, but like nothing else would. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay. So here's my first face. Here's my full face. First impression at just initial application. Okay. So we're not going to talk about the foundation. Again, go back and watch the foundation video if you want to hear my full thoughts on the foundation after a full day. Other products. I'm really liking the concealer. I don't see, like, my lines under my eyes hardly look like anything. I'm really liking this concealer a lot. The eyeshadow is doable. It's absolutely doable. I was very concerned that my look wasn't going to turn out the best, especially once I started putting it on. But I think it looks pretty good for me. If you're looking for something different, you might not like this, but I think it looks okay. I don't know that I would recommend going out and purchasing this on first impressions only, but it's not bad. It's not bad. If you're looking for something and like this is kind of the color story that you're looking for, it's not bad. So, the contour, my first impression on the contour is not a good one. I'm going to keep trying it. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see what my further thoughts are. The highlighter, you can get better highlighters at the drugstore. It's not a bad highlighter. It's just going to give you a nice sheen on your face. I don't feel like it's super blinding. The liquid eyeliner, I'm really impressed with. It actually went on really smooth, very easily. The gel liner, very initial first impression is it's pretty good. I need to see how it wears throughout the day, but first impression is pretty good. The mascara is okay, but there's definitely better mascaras at the drugstore. So I don't think you necessarily need this foundation or this mascara. The lipstick, the lip liner went on nice and smooth, very, very smooth. The lipstick is feeling a little bit drying. They didn't have anything that wasn't matte. Everything that was in my CVS was all matte. And I picked this one up because it said it was the gel lipstick. So I figured if any of them were going to be a little bit less drying, it would be this one. It feels a little drying. It's not bad. It's still somewhat comfortable. It might come off my lips soon, but it's not horrible. And the powder, I'm not sure on the powder. It wasn't horrible, but it's not my favorite. Oh, I forgot. I have setting spray. They had like 4 different setting sprays. Or 3 different setting sprays, 2 different setting sprays, something like that. I went with the dewy one. So let's go ahead and spray this on. Well, let's do this first. Ooh, I'm not sure about that sprayer. All right, there's like one part of that sprayer that's like super big drop, and then like the rest is okay. It has a smell to it. It's very floral. Now this is supposed to be a dewy setting spray. I don't know that I think it did much in the way of dewiness. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that it did much in the way of dewiness, but I'll try it again. And I think that's everything. I think that's everything. All right, so I'm going to stop the video here, and the next clip you see is going to be my follow-up of what I thought of these products after using them for a couple weeks. So I'll see you then. All right, everybody, so welcome back. Actually, you didn't go anywhere. I went somewhere. I want to let you know that I've been trying out the Joah products for several weeks now. I think it's been about 3 weeks. And I didn't go back and rewatch the first half of this video because I don't want to like change my mind at all, if that makes sense. Because I have been using these products for several weeks, I have a pretty good feel for what I think of them. And I don't want to be like, oh, well, that was my first impression, so maybe that's right. Anyway, I'm just going to get into it because I know that this is like the second half of the video. I hope you enjoyed the first half, but let's go ahead and get into the products now that I've worn them for several weeks. If you didn't see, I did a full day wear test of the Joah Truly Yours Natural Finish Foundation Drop. And I did actually do like a second day clip in that video. I'm going to link that down below. But I did a second day clip in that video where I felt like on my first impression, this was not working very well for me. But on the second day and also subsequent days, and I actually have it on today, I have all of the Joah products on today. And I'm going to talk to you about my thoughts on these products. So on the second day, it wore a lot better with my other products, my typical primer and my typical powder that I use. I have it on today. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. I like drop or water foundations. Now, I think on my first impression, I wore too much of this. I put too much on. In fact, today when I put this on, I used a complete dropper and it was too much. I actually had to use some of it to like build up on my cheeks and stuff. If I had just used like maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of a dropper, that would be enough for my skin. I feel like it's that pigmented that it would work really well. Is this my favorite drugstore foundation? No. CYO Life Proof is still my favorite drugstore foundation. But is this a good one? I would say it's pretty good. Now, I will tell you that I wouldn't go out of my way to look for this foundation again. I just wouldn't. It's comfortable. I think it looks pretty good on my skin. Now, I will say that I use the powder again, and we're going to get to the powder. But anyway, I wouldn't go out of my way to find this, but if I was in desperate need of a foundation, like if my entire collection would, you know, burn down with a house or something like that, this is not the foundation that I would go and buy. But if I was like, okay, I've got a special event, my house burned down yesterday, I need to go to a wedding today, and I can't find a CYO because there's no Walgreens near me, which there isn't. The closest Walgreens near me is like 45 minutes away. CVS is only 10 minutes away. I wouldn't hesitate to go pick this up. So there's that. It's good, but it's not like the best, if that makes sense. But it's not bad. So if you're curious, I would say try it. All right, I'm going to take a step back and do the primer. The primer's okay. I mean, this one is the pore minimizing. They had like 4 or 5 different primers. Do I think this did okay pore minimizing? Yeah. I mean, it kind of made the pores on my nose smaller, you know, but not my favorite primer. I would say that you don't need to go pick this one up. If you have another primer from the drugstore that you already like, I would say you don't need to pick this up. But all of my favorite primers are higher end products, so there's that. But yeah, I wouldn't say you have to go pick this up. The powder. I don't like this powder. I don't like it. I'm going to actually swatch a little bit of it. It's supposed to be translucent. It is white, and it definitely leaves like a white cast. Like, I haven't taken a flash photo, but it's very powdery. It's very like, it's like the texture of like the HD type powders. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this. I believe that this is what really makes the foundation look like weird. I mean, I'm even seeing, I know you guys can't see it from there, but I'm even seeing along my hairline wearing this powder again today. It just makes my foundation look weird. So this is a definite hard pass for me. I would not recommend this powder to anybody. I would go buy a Physicians Formula powder, although it's a little bit more pricey at the drugstore, or the Maybelline Fit Me. Now, I have not tried the Maybelline Fit Me Loose yet. I bought it, but I haven't tried it yet. The Maybelline Fit Me Pressed, I do like. I do have that, and I've used it very often. So I would recommend either the Physicians Formula powders, because a lot of their, I've tried like 3 different ones of their powders, and they're all really great. Or the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed. I can't speak to the Loose, but a lot of people love the Loose. So this would be a hard pass for me. All right, let's talk about the concealer. This is the Dark Circle Concealer. They have 2 different concealers. At least at my CVS, there was 2. I picked up the Dark Circle Concealer. I really like this concealer. It works really well. In fact, I've had this in my Shop My Stash. I didn't show it in my last Shop My Stash video because I was already preparing for the Joah video when I filmed that Shop My Stash. But I really like this. I like this a lot, actually. I think of a lot of the concealers that I have, it doesn't really like get deep into my under eye lines, and I have a lot of under eye lines. It's genetic. Like, it's a fact of my life. It's okay. Unless I do something to actively try to get rid of them, they're there. And that's fine. But I like this. And this is one of the ones that's got a sponge tip applicator. You twist it up, but like, it's super, super creamy, but it also like blends out really well. Hold on, I'm going to blend that out and I'll show you. So there it is. And it just blends in really, really well. So if you can find a shade that works for you, I would say that is a definite go. Of everything that I've talked about so far, the foundation, the primer, the powder, and the concealer, I would go back and buy this concealer. I'm trying to think if there's another drugstore concealer that I like. Yes, there are, but not like in the drugstore. So like, what is the other? There's another concealer that's the sponge top. What is that? Hold on. Like this one, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I know a lot of people love the Instant Age Rewind, but I'm going to show you. And maybe it's just that this one doesn't work for me. This is in the shade Fair, and then this is in the shade Porcelain. And I need to put a little bit more on. So if you can see, this is the Maybelline Age Rewind in Fair, and this is the Truly Yours from Joah in Porcelain. So you can see, at least I think you can see, how red the Fair is from Maybelline Age Rewind. This is just more neutral. This one from Joah is just more neutral undertones, and it works much better with my skin tone. This, I want to love it because everybody else and their brothers and sisters love this, but it's just too red for me, or it's too pink for me. And I think Fair is their lightest shade. I don't think they go lighter than Fair on this, or at least when I bought it, Fair was their lightest shade. But this, more neutral, I really like this. Very creamy, blends in beautifully. I just used my finger to blend it in today. It worked just fine. Okay, the setting spray. I got the dewy one. It's called Do Me a Favor. It's a setting spray. I don't feel like it really does much. It doesn't make me look dewy, I don't feel like. I mean, I sprayed it on after I had all of my face makeup done. I don't really feel like it did much. So I'd say that you could pass on this. There's other drugstore found sprays that are gonna actually do something for you, like the Milani Make It Last, I think works really well. This is just, I don't think it does anything. The spritzer's nice. I mean, the spritzer's nice, but I don't really think it does much. So I'd say you can take a pass on that. All right, the mascara. This is the Ice Scream Ultra Volume Mascara. I don't feel like this is ultra volumizing at all. Does it work as a mascara? Yeah, sure. I would go get the Wet n Wild. The Lash Renegade, I think is what it's called. It's the big one in like the diamond shaped type of bottle. Hold on, I'll show you. Yeah, this one right here, the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade. It's my favorite drugstore mascara. I know that a lot of people love the Lash Paradise. You know, this, no, I'd say it's a pass because I was expecting like super volume. It's not super volume. All right, eyeliners. I got two of them. I got the brush tip eyeliner, which I do like. This one actually works really well for me. My biggest problem with it is that it gets eyeshadow on it and it will struggle. So you do like have to wipe it off on your hand to get the eyeshadow off, but like it's there. You know what I mean? And it is black. Like it is definitely a black eyeliner. You know what I mean? So I do like this eyeliner. Like I said, I got the brush tip one. I like it. It's nice. It works really well for me. I feel like it's got enough flexibility that I can sort of mess up a little bit and not have too much of a problem. All right, the Auto Eyeliner. This is the gel eyeliner. This one I don't like. I have this in my waterline. It wears off super fast. If you look at it, it's almost a gray shade. It's this here. It's almost gray rather than black, and I think it's called Ultra Black. It doesn't actually have it on it anymore. It must have been on the wrapper, but yeah, you can take a pass on the, what did I say this one was called? The Auto Eyeliner. Eye Candy Auto Eyeliner. That's a pass. All right, eyeshadow. It's okay. Now this one is the Birthday Suit in Bear. These are my shades. These are shades I love to use. I don't feel like I can get more than maybe 1 or 2 looks out of this palette though. It's got 6 shades in it. I just don't think I can get more than 1 or 2 looks out of this. It's okay. It's just okay. I don't think it's anything to write home about. If there's other eyeshadow palettes that you've tried from the drugstore that you like, I would not say that you have to go out and pick that up. It's all right. Okay, the highlighter palette. This is the Be My Everything highlighter palette. And it is in Diamond Dust, Iridescent, and Glam. I have been digging into Iridescent pretty much. In fact, I've been picking this up out of my Shop My Stash. I've actually been picking this up out over my Becca highlighter that I have in there this time around, this 2-week period. I think you can see how much I've been digging into the iridescent shade. I'd like Diamond Dust. I have yet to put Glam on my face because I think it's just a little bit dark for my skin tone. I'm not opposed to putting it on my face. It's just that I prefer like a lighter highlighter. And today I have iridescent on my cheeks. So I did not get a blush. So I actually have my Tarte blush on right now. This palette. This is the Be My Everything Powder Contour Palette, and this is in the light. They have a light and a deep. It does have a brush in it. I'm just going to pull that out right now. This is what it looks like if you don't remember, but I mean the video I just posted. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all 3 of these, and I'll tell you what I think about them. So there's the highlighter. In the center is the powder. They actually call that the bronze. They call this bronze, and then they call that contour. The highlighter, it's okay. I mean, I haven't really been wearing it because I don't pull this palette out, but the highlighter's okay. This is not bronze. It's not bronze. So there's that. I might be able to use that as like an under eye powder, but even then it's a little bit more like too yellow. I don't know. But the contour shade, it is orange. Like if you use a really light hand, so I have it on my cheeks today, and I am no expert at contouring, bronzing by any means. I'm actually probably one of the worst people to do contour or bronze. It always looks like I just like stamped a brush on my face. But anyway, it's okay. I used a very, very, very light hand today, and I used a big like powder brush. I'll show you which brush I used. So I use this Aesthetica P12. It's like just a big, it's a face brush. And that's what I use today, just to kind of like diffuse it. I usually use my Flower Beauty brush, this one right here. I usually use this when I'm doing like contour, bronzing, and blush, but I didn't use this today because it shows up really orange. So I used this to try to diffuse it a lot better. It did work. I feel like I can make it work, but it is super orange. I would say this is a hard no. Not as bad as the translucent powder, but this I would not buy this again. And I think that brings me to the lip products, the lip liner and the lipstick. The lip liner, if you go back and look at my full day wear test of my Joah foundation, this liner stuck with me to the end of the day. It just did. This liner is actually pretty good. It's super comfortable. I think it's got a nice shade to it. They had a whole bunch of shades. I picked up the red. The liner worked really well. And this is just the Auto Lip Liner in red. It's just a shade red. But I like it. I think it worked really well. The lipstick, this is the I'm Your Jelly Bay matte gel lipstick. This is in the shade Beau. And I've actually been picking this up and using this as well. I like the shade of the red, and it goes on super smooth, super easily. It doesn't take a lot to cover your lips. I have a line on the inside of my lips, which I don't like, but I also don't want to get it on my teeth. So there's that. It's comfortable. It's comfortable. And that was one of my concerns. I wanted a lipstick that was comfortable. This is not transfer proof. I put this on like 40 minutes ago, and you can see it's, yeah, you can tell. It's on the back of my hand. So it's definitely not transfer proof. It is a traditional lipstick. It says it's a matte gel, but it's no. But I like it. It's comfortable. I will continue to wear these. So of all of the Joah products, the products that I will continue to wear, the lips, the liner, and the lipstick, I like. I will continue to wear that. The concealer is probably my favorite product of all of these. I will definitely continue to wear this. I like this, and if you've seen my videos for any amount of time, you know that concealer is very difficult on me because if it's too heavy, it sinks right into my lines and it makes my under eyes look like I'm 70 years old, not 40. You know what I mean? So that, if you have the same problems I do with concealer looking really heavy and making your under eyes look old and crepey, I would recommend giving this a try. Don't use too much. Like I literally will click it up twice and that's all I will use on both eyes. I don't use a lot. But yeah, this is probably my favorite Joah product that I've come across is that concealer. Next would be the highlighting palette. Like I said, this is just the highlighters in light. I think they do have a darker shade highlighter palette as well, but I like this a lot. I think it's very, very pretty. I like this. And then the foundation is pretty good. It's pretty good. Like I said, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty good. And then I do like the brush tip liner. I would say that the gel eyeliner is a hard pass. The mascara is a hard pass. The setting powder is a hard pass. Like don't even look at this setting powder. Don't even look at it. The contour palette, another super hard pass. Don't even bother looking at this palette. And then the primer, it's okay. And the spray, it's okay. So that is my overall review of the Joah products. I did not get the full line, obviously. I've heard really good things about their eyebrow products, but I have so many eyebrow products that I don't use already. I just decided not to pick it up. And they had a lot of others. They had like 4 different types of lip products. They had a blush palette that I didn't pick up. I think they had different setting powders. They had a whole bunch of mascaras. And I mean, I picked up, you know, as much of a full face as I could get without going crazy. Oh, I didn't talk about the eyeshadow, did I? This is just an okay. okay. So there you go. Anyway, I think there's a couple products worth giving a try if you're interested in trying something new. So I'm sorry if this video is super long. It probably is like a half an hour. Just this portion of the video is over 15 minutes. So I do apologize. If you like longer videos, there you go. If you don't, I'm sorry. I would love to hear in the comment section down below what you think of this style of video. Do you like having the initial video or the initial review and the follow-up review in the same video? Or would you prefer them to be two separate videos? I know a lot of people do them as two separate videos, and I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm thinking about doing this with another brand in March where I do a first impression and a follow-up, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below if you think I should do two videos or just keep it to one. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. So anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button. It helps me out more than you probably know. And if you have any comments, leave those down below as well. Have you tried the Joah brand, and what are your thoughts on this product? I would love to hear it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.